Yo, what's good, you guys? So today we're going to be talking about SLE, portrait, and classic socionics. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. Any role. SLE sees potential of themselves and other people, their abilities and their personalities, their internal content. This is what they pay attention to. The SLE does not pretend to be something that they're not. Their personality is rigid and unchangeable. The SLE, just as the SCE, both believe that they know who they are and they are fixated on their potential abilities and qualities. They measure their own and other people's value through this element. Unlike the ILE, the Geek Master, the SLE does not know how to enhance their own on other people's internal content. The SLE can't say if someone is capable or incapable. This is one of the SLE's criticism. If the SLE judges a person to be incapable or weak, this person has no value, regardless of their position in the system, or their external appearance, or even their determination. Now, if the SLE does see potential in someone, they will try to extract it by using the ego block, using their external appearance or their determination. Now, if they don't do it, they don't create illusions about this. They may know what they're good at and they may know what they're bad at. They focus on developing the talents that they already have. If the SLE is forced to change their personality, they might overreact and say that they know who they are.
I want you to know that I do it all again. This is a circus, all right? It's a charade, it's an act. It's bullshit about how crazy I am. I ain't crazy. I know what I did. I know who I am. And I do not need your help. I'm smack dab in the middle of my right goddamn mind. And any scumbag, any lowlife, any maggot piece of shit that I put down, I did it because I like it. What, you think you're gonna send me to a nut house? Some doctor, they're gonna get me to stop from doing what I want to do?
SLE dictates this area, and they are not very eager to the adaptation of their own or other people's internal content. Now, SLE is vulnerable to intimacy in relationships. They don't want to overthink it, don't want to talk about it. They don't want anyone to know about this vulnerability. Once again, this applies to all vulnerable elements. The SLE does not know how to create relationships with people because they're afraid of intimacy. They are not sure if the other person loves them or not. If the other person's attitude will remain the same or not, or maybe even their own attitude. Will it be consistent or it won't be consistent? They're unsure of it. And because of those reasons, usually many SLEs will avoid personal relationships, intimate relationships.
Them horrible things I said, I didn't mean them. I have this habit, see, of pushing people away. Cause I'm a bad man. I ain't got no business looking after a kid.
If the SLE is in a relationship, they can be quite distant. Now, their partner might not understand why, and they might be confused, thinking maybe that the SLE doesn't care. The SLE doesn't know how to change their own personal attitude towards the partner. Thus, the SLE feels helpless. Now, if the SLE is pushed in this area, let's say you push on the SLE's FI, they might overreact, they might react aggressively, and they might just end their relationships right there.
Rollins dies, remember?
Oh, that's right. Everybody dies,
You
right?
goddamn right.
Yeah, that is right, huh?
Yeah.
Your family's dead. Anyone that ever looked at you sideways, they're dead, and you just keep on going, huh? You just keep on going. You're a psychopath. That's right. Yeah.
He's gonna end it due to the sense of vulnerability. They don't want anyone to make them feel that way. It's quite common for SLEs to be quite cynical of personal relationships. Now, the cynicism of the SLE doesn't just extend to partners and personal relationships, it extends to human race. The SLE does not create illusions about its ethical qualities. They will not say that they are a good person, they will avoid thinking about it.
It had nothing to do with what you did, huh?
You shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth.
You followed orders. I did my job. You tell me what's the difference in
There's
this.
a goddamn difference.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's the difference? Let me ask you something. How many times was Amazu Bayer beaten? How many times was this innocent man tortured? He was a good man. He was an honorable father. He was a cop. Hey. Are you gonna kill me?
That does cross my mind.
No, you're not gonna kill me.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know people. I'm an analyst. You're not gonna kill me because you're a good man.
You don't know shit. You don't know shit.
Now, if someone tries to judge the SLE in an ethical way, categorizing them as either good or evil, the SLE will become suspicious of this person's intentions and attitude. If the SLE fights against evil and injustice, it's not going to be out of sense of righteousness, but rather out of sense of personal revenge. Now we have leading SE, aka SE base, aka Big Daddy Dom, aka Big Daddy Dom SLE, aka Chadwick, aka autistic, low-key autistic Chadwick. We like it. SLEs see the world through its appearances, through its shape, through people's willpower, right? They are not shy about their own appearance, and they often will be found making comments about the appearance of themselves or even the appearance of other people. The SLE imposes their will on others. They don't feel threatened by volitional people. They feel at home when they can impose their willpower and energy on other people.
You don't have them because you're bitter.
Global warming, climate change, the blood of millions on your hands.
To get your f***ing nut, Captain Cautious.
Everything isn't about money, Logan.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of ethics?
Uh-huh. You ever heard of a begging letter? Big man, big brother. Wouldn't need a f***ing blueberry until it'd been weighed and written in the ledger, little Miss Prim.
You don't know who I am, and you are not the arbiter of the truth.
Oh, yeah, I heard it all before.
SLE is extremely territorial. In fact, unlike the SEE, SLE is more focused on his own space, their own territory. They do not let anyone invade their space. They are very assertive and have strong energy, and they don't let anyone take control. Now, they are very determined and goal-oriented. If the SLE says something is gonna happen, consider it done. They are energetic individuals who have easy time leading other people to do what they want, although they are less interested in leading people than the SEE. SLE, unlike what many like to say, is actually much more individualistic than the SEE. So they know how to mobilize people, and they know how to make people feel pressured. The SLE knows who is strong-willed and who isn't.
I'm just concerned you might be soft as yet.
Soft? Are you kidding?
I hear you let the guy from the website trash talk you, and you just let him come. I hear it played weak, conflict averse.
I wasn't about to get into a fucking big dick competition, okay?
I hear you bent for him, and he fucked you. Sometimes it is a big dick competition. Do you want to hit me? Is that it? Go on. Give it your best shot.
It's also very easy for them to tell whether an object is beautiful or it's not beautiful. They choose how to spend their money, and whatever way they spend it, they don't care about what other people have to say about it. Now, creative TI, the SLE is confident in his logic. They can articulate, play, and bend logic themselves. They say very openly what they think, and if they are wrong, they don't care. They don't mind it. For them, it's important that they can state their opinions freely. The SLE can say something very intelligent while sounding stupid, and they will not give two f***s. The SLE can rebel against other people's logic by stating their own. They do not take people's criticism seriously in this area. The SLE thinks they are intelligent, and they know they are. The SLE can abuse their position in hierarchy.
Bore on the floor. Hey, it's a game. In the corner, over there, stand there, go, 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 go!
To be perfectly honest, I've had a few doubts.
You see, everybody, do you see? Honesty.
I've had some doubts too.
Oh, f***ing doubter, over there.
Rules are that you're spared if you tell the truth, and I just told you the truth.
There are no f***ing rules. Tom!
Yes?
Sit on the floor!
They enjoy and they like personal benefits that this position offers them. The SLE would never exist in a system, in a hierarchical system, that does not benefit them. It is very important for them that their personal needs are assured, rather than the needs of the system. Here they differ from SE, who is vulnerable, is actually more concerned with the objective needs rather than their own. They are not shy when it comes to abusing their position in the hierarchy, when it comes to abusing their authority, their rank.
And I'm calling for a vote of no confidence in him as CEO and chairman.
Bullshit, no.
I'm afraid since you are the subject of the vote, you need to recuse yourself, Logan.
Nice to see you back. Asha, I see you. You better be smelling your f***ing armpit, Romulus.
It's tough, but maybe...
Roman for me.
I'm not sure we can count that for you.
Roman.
Against.
Started to vote. I'm not sure that he can change
He
that.
can f***ing change.
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be speaking here. You should be out of this room. This is illegal.
Whatever. Continuity prevails. I'm chairman. And Kendall, Frank, Asha, Alona, off the board, fired with immediate effect. You f***ed. You tried to kill me, but you failed, and you're dead.
This is the way that the SLE imposes their will. They make themselves authority. They make themselves the top dog. They like to be in power, and they like to impose their hierarchical ruling over other people. It's also much easier for the SLE to deal with relationships in an objective fashion. They understand objective relations much easier, such as who is in charge and who isn't. If the SLE is married, he will understand the partner's role as the one contributed to them by words and names, such as wife and husband. The SLE understands what a wife or a husband is in a relationship, that this person, right, in this position has certain responsibilities. All of this is because the SLE has a very hard time understanding people's roles in relationships very subjectively. What they subjectively feel towards their partner or what the partner feels towards them. Suggestive NI, the SLE has shit sense of time. They can have a hard time following a schedule and being punctual. They don't see time passing, and in fact they need someone to regulate time for them. The SLE also has a very hard time learning from their past mistakes here. They might keep making the same mistake over and over again without realizing that maybe they should change the way they communicate with people in order to get different results. This trait is also shared by the LSI. While on the other hand, types like the SEE and ESI, they struggle with changing their methods to get a better result. They lack pragmatism. SLE's actions are impulsive, and this is true of every static type.
So, what's your plan from here? What do you want? Do you want a confession, or what's your end game?
I'm just gonna hurt you. I mean, really f***ing hurt you.
You don't really want anything, per se. You want to blow her up in front of me.
Though it is quite obvious that the SLE is never confident about the future consequences of what they do. And if those consequences are negative, just like the SEE, they will not blame themselves, but rather blame other people for it. Why didn't you tell me? What the SLE actually needs is a big daddy dog. I'm joking. They need an AI who's going to regulate their time and also their emotions. Now, mobilizing FE. The SLE is sensitive against criticism of their emotions. They want to behave as expected in this area. The SLE does not know how to measure their emotional impact on the environment. They vary between moments where they do too much or moments where they do too little. They lack the control to influence, to express themselves properly, and it often actually ends up impacting the emotional atmosphere in a negative way. Not because their emotions are negative, but because they offend people's emotions. Now, if the SLE has a friend who maybe needs emotional support, while the SLE wants to help this person, they don't know how. They feel helpless. It's much easier to help this individual by providing them practical advice of what to do. The SLE is fearful of their own emotions and is afraid to express themselves emotionally, uncertain if they will be accepted by other people. Their emotional expression often feels quite incomplete, as if something was missing. The SLE actually craves for someone to understand their emotional world. They often believe that nobody understands them. Now, if the SLE offends someone, they might not think it's their fault. In fact, they might think it's the other person's fault for being offended, or they might also think, say, why didn't you warn me about this person's sensitivity, about their emotional state? The SLE is not going to change the way they communicate, and it's not because of some kind of rigidity, but it's more so because they don't learn from their mistakes, and they don't know how to change their communication in order to get a different result. Their super ID consists of NI and FE. They lack understanding of time and emotions. On the other hand, they also like to have more cheerful and positive emotional atmosphere, an emotional atmosphere that allows them to express themselves in more comfortable ways.
Oh, for Christ's sake. What the hell, what's the matter with you? What are you doing here?
I'm just letting you know. It's not gonna be so easy to steal my wife.
Oh, for Christ's sake, that's in your head. Go away from me.
You an ass man, Frank? You like a little high and tight one? You like a nice and fat?
You lost
juicy?
your mind.
You like a heart shaped?
Don't do that. What do you paint me with the ass push for?
Now, ignoring SI, SLE adapts to the current situation in space. They quickly adapt to the present moment and they go with the flow. They enjoy good and satisfying sensations, and they are not inclined to impose their hedonism on other people. Instead, this is something that they do for others. The SLE will eat and drink whatever feels good. They would change their habits again if their dual told them to. The reason for this is because your ignoring submits to the will of others. SLE quickly adapts to the well-being of other people. If the SLE's partner is sick, can't eat, can't drink, the SLE is also not gonna drink or eat whatever the fuck, or might find ways for the partner to actually eat, might find some meals for the partner to eat. So they're very adaptable in that sense. If the SLE is sick, they will not complain. They are very robust and enduring types. They are not at all scared of anxiety or pain. Adapt to the situation, and they are not afraid of doing something that could potentially harm them.
Does that hurt?
That's your stimuli. You're reacting to it. You get used to that. Pain, you can get used to pain. Liberman, you can adjust to it. You can adjust to pretty much anything.
For them, it's important that the work is done, that the work is over. If someone asks if this individual is hurt or anything like that, they will simply deny it and change the topic.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Butcher, are you scared?
Scared of what?
To die, I mean.
I'm all right with it.
Demonstrative TE. The SLE is hyperactive, constantly in movement, constantly in motion. They impose their actions on other people even without noticing it.
See if we can tie them up with conflicts. You two, touch base with Senate and House surrogates, payroll commentators and friends. I want everyone lawyered up. Tom, me to see editorial on anything on this across ATN and global cable and print outlets. We pressure point other operations. The line is, don't lean on this. It's as bendy as f***. Play it smart today, you won't look at tomorrow.
Their actions are impulsive and their work is done almost instinctively. The SLE is actually the most prone to action out of all the types in socionics. They are the most impulsive and they're the most prone to violence. And that is because the SLE has a lot of kinetic energy and their demonstrative element uses the energy into action. They want to be recognized for how much they move, how much they work, their workaholic traits. The SLE is actually very good at multitasking and they can tire themselves from working. They're very, very proud of this and they want others to praise them for how much they work. Now, if the SLE is supposed to live inertly in a way where he's a bum SLI, almost discounted SLI, they will become very sad and very depressed individuals, angry individuals. They need action. They need movement. SLE works for the present, for the quality of theirs and other people's space, as long as it is requested of them. They also collect a lot of factual information in order to move precisely. Now, the SLE also likes to fight, put their body in action, to impose their energy on others through their body, their movements, and their physicality. True badasses. That's it from me. I'm out. Ciao. Bye. I'm bouncing.